As the developer community is well aware, demand for application programming interfaces, or APIs, is not static. It usually ebbs and flows over time. For instance, during the holiday season, there could be a significant spike in traffic, requiring more API capacity to handle the increased load. To meet such an increase in traffic, system admins have two choices when it comes to scaling an API. They can go with horizontal scaling, which refers to adding more API instances to a cluster, or vertical scaling, which means adding to the computing capacity of the machine that supports the API. But which one is best for API scalability? Let's explore the two scaling methods to find out. Horizontal scaling, also known as scaling out, involves deploying additional virtual machines, better known as VMs, to handle the increased load. As more capacity is needed, system admins can add more VMs to the cluster. Resource management software is required to manage the load of API calls and route them to the right VM instance in the cluster and maintain balance. On the other hand, vertical scaling, also called scaling up or scaling down, involves adding resources such as CPU capacity, memory, or storage to a server. In the case of APIs, vertical scaling usually involves adding computing capacity to the VM that hosts the API. The stateless nature of APIs plays a critical role in determining which scaling method to use. A stateful application stores data from one request to the next, making it more complicated to execute horizontal scaling for a stateful app. In contrast, a stateless app or API does not store request data or session data in memory, making horizontal scaling possible because it doesn't matter which VM is responding to API calls. Given that APIs are stateless, horizontal scaling emerges as the right way to scale them. Adding more VMs to increase capacity works well with stateless APIs. Admins can create VM clusters that scale out as API demand grows. Furthermore, horizontal auto-scaling works easily with APIs, making it easier to add or remove VMs as needed to handle changes in traffic. As we established earlier in the video, demand for APIs will inevitably change over time. Both horizontal and vertical scaling are available options for APIs. However, the stateless nature of APIs, coupled with the relative ease of horizontal auto-scaling, favors horizontal scaling as the right approach to scaling up APIs. Keep in mind, however, that you still need to secure as you scale, and that's where we come in. Noname Security is the only company taking a complete proactive approach to API security. We work with 20% of the Fortune 500 and cover the entire API security scope, including discovery, posture management, runtime protection, and API security testing. You can visit us at nonamesecurity.com/runtime-protection to learn more.